Hi, recovery friends. Today is day 5 for me on my plan, and last night I had a food dream. If you guys have been through this before, I'm sure lots of people have had dreams like this. I think it's quite common for people with addictions to have dreams about using this substance, and I know some people don't believe that food or processed food can be an addiction, but if you have dreams like this, like, it's showing that there's something going on subconsciously. There's an addiction process happening. So anyway, I had a dream last night that we had a family gathering at my house, and everybody brought food along, even though I'd asked them not to. So they all brought food along that wasn't anything that I could have. It was all processed, refined carbohydrates, processed food. So in my dream, it was in the fridge, and I kept going to the fridge and saying no, no, no. And then I could hear my voice in my head saying, just have one little bit, one little bit. So I had a little bit. And I remember in the dream hiding, because it's shameful. Like, everybody knew I was on this plan. And I could see my family in the lounge, and I'm in the kitchen going into the fridge eating this food. And the first bit was fine. And then in the dream, I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I went back to the fridge and kept going back until I was just like eating all of it, and just I could hear myself in my head telling myself not to do it, and it was like my body was on autopilot. I just couldn't stop it, even though I wanted to. I just kept on eating this food. And in real life, it's pretty much it's like that. When you're having a binge session or you're indulging in your cravings, part of your mind is sitting there going, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? But then you're just in this autopilot mode, and it's like you're taken over by this addiction. So I woke up thinking, oh, what have I done? I felt like heaps of shame. And then when I realized that it was actually a dream, it was just, such a relief to know that. So anyone who says that food addiction isn't real, I should get them to live in my mind for a day, because that was like torture. And I think it has to do with my birthday coming up. So I'm turning 35 on Monday, and I was meant to have a lunch gathering at my house on Sunday, and I actually cancelled that. I had planned for everybody to come around, and they were going to be able to eat their own food, and I would prepare stuff for myself. But I've been through this before, and even if I can get through the event, afterwards, if people leave food behind, which I tell them to take, or just the fact that I've been around food that I can't have, it's in my brain, like, especially in this beginning part, I don't even want to be exposed to anything like that. So I cancelled my birthday lunch completely. I just, for me, I don't feel sad about it. I really am happy about it. I don't want to be exposed to any of that food. So yeah, keeping the environment clean is really important. So everything in my house is food that I can eat, and that's how it needs to stay. My daughter does have school lunches, but that's in a completely different cupboard, and that's I'm actually going to get my husband to put a lock on it so I can't get in there, because there's muesli bars and things like that. Everything in the kitchen, all the cupboards in the fridge, that's all food that I can eat, and that's how it has to stay. And my husband has agreed that he would never bring home any food that's not compliant that I can't eat. And yeah, he'll eat. If he wants anything that's off plan, he will have that outside of the house. I don't expect him to do this with me, because he's on his own journey, but he has agreed, and he understands that it's an addiction and he can't have it in the house. It's the same as if I was addicted to drugs. He wouldn't be bringing that into the house to tempt me. I know that drugs are higher on the spectrum in terms of addiction, but it's still a problem that we're dealing with, and it's not fair to have that in the house, and he understands that. So I'm really lucky in that way. I can have that clean environment. It makes this whole process a lot easier. So that's it for the day 5 update. I will do another one in another couple of days, or if anything big comes up. Until then, see you guys later. Bye.